This is probably one of the cooler reverb pedals that I've tried out. It's the JOYO Atmosphere. And the main thing I like about it, as a matter of fact, is the LED on the back, which you can change from off to always to sync. Sync will synchronize it to the type of reverb that you're using, and always will have it always on. And it's a really cool looking pedal to use. And it has the typical reverb options that you would want. You have your various reverb types. For instance, you have your plate reverb. You have your church reverb. You have your spring reverb. You have your echo verb. You have your shimmer. You have a cool Comet one. These ones, some of these are pretty new, which is kind of cool. And then you have rewind. That reverses your reverb. By the way, if you're looking for something to practice, get my fretboard memorization cheat sheet from travelingguitarist.com/fretboard cheat sheet. What it is it's all the triads, the major and minor triads in every single key. Through the octave mapping technique and through a couple other techniques, you can actually just learn to memorize not only the notes of the fretboard, but you can also learn how to improvise in a bunch of different keys by understanding the the foundation of harmony, which is the triads, right? The foundation of chords. You can also sign up to my forum at forum.travelingguitarist.com. There you can chat with people about guitar. Then there's Forest. And then there's like a pulsating reverb as well. And then you've got your mix knob that's like a wet dry. So when you have it like this, there's no reverb. And when you have it like that, there's plenty of reverb. Then you have your decay that controls for how long the reverb lasts, or how long it takes to dissipate. So if you crank it like that, it's gonna last for a while. If you go like that, it's very short and abrupt. Then you have your tone. This acts as an EQ control for your reverb. So in other words, like you can make the reverb much brighter or you can make it much darker like that. And this is a modulation control. This controls the modulation on your reverb. You also have your trail. Now what the trail does, that makes it so that if you have it on, when you disengage the pedal, the reverb will continue trailing. As it's called. But then if you turn it off, the moment you turn off the reverb will come to a complete stop. All in all, this is a really interesting reverb in my opinion. And the one thing I love about it is the LED, as I said earlier. But I would say that it's missing stereo inputs and outputs. And you know, that's a problem. You also don't have the ability to switch between buffered bypass and true bypass. But that being said, it's great value. So ultimately, I'm glad I have it. You know, it's a nice little reverb to have as a backup. Some people may even find that they use it as their primary reverb pedal because it is good.